Alright, what's up ladies and gentlemen, it's Super here, and welcome back to another Mortal Kombat video. As you guys know, there's been a lot of rumors about NetherRealm and their next game. What is it going to be? Injustice 3? Could it possibly be another Mortal Kombat game? Could it be Marvel versus Injustice or Marvel versus DC? We don't know. Honestly, it's all speculation. But I think we could all agree that we would not be angry if it would be in Mortal Kombat 12. So I'm here to talk about what if and what I would like to see in a potential Mortal Kombat 12. So leave a like on the video if you would want to see an MK12. It would be really cool because they always skip a game. You know, they go from Mortal Kombat to Injustice. Been doing that since 2011. So it'd be cool to see back-to-back Mortal Kombat games because we're Mortal Kombat fans, and the fact that we have to wait so long in between Mortal Kombat games, it hurts. It hurts. But to be honest, I really do think it's going to be Injustice 3. But it's always cool to speculate. So here we are. What would I like to see in a Mortal Kombat 12? First of all, let's talk about the gameplay, because that's the most important thing, because we all know that NetherRealm is going to make the game look amazing. The intro dialogue from MKX to MK11 improved dramatically, so we know that the intros are going to be awesome. The outros are going to be awesome. Everything visually about the game is going to be amazing. The gameplay wise, I would actually like to see a combination of mechanics from MK11 and MKX. The most important one for me is obviously more combo routes, more launchers for characters. There's a lot of characters that have combo strings in MK11 that look like they should be launchers, and then they just knock down. I'll give you a good example. RoboCop with his, I think, forward 2-1-2, and it's a crushing blow, right? You would think that the crushing blow would make the opponent pop up, but no, it just knocks them down for about 32%. Yeah, that's quick damage, but RoboCop doesn't have that many combos to begin with, so it would be cool to actually get some combos with RoboCop. So that's something that I think NetherRealm kind of missed out on in MK11. And of course, in MKX, it's the complete opposite. Every character has multiple routes, multiple launchers. Obviously, there's 3 variations, and all the variations play in their own unique play style for the most part. There might be some where, you know, it doesn't really matter. It's just the character. You're basically playing like the same way with all 3 variations, excluding maybe 1 or 2 things. But still, you get your different launchers for all different variations. And I think that's something that needs to come back for MK12. So that's number 1. More combo potential, more routes, more special moves at launch, more just normal moves. You know, like, let's see, Scarlet has 2-1-2, right? That's a launcher. I would think that, you know, she might have one more at least. She had that from the beta, and I think that's her only launcher, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think that might be her only launcher. So a little bit more variety when it comes to combo routes. I think one thing that I like personally, now you guys can leave your thoughts down below in the comments, of course, but one thing that I like is the fatal blow system in MK11. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me. It's like 50-50. But I like the fact that it's not tied to your meter, because then we got to see fatal blows all the time in MK11. Compared to X-rays in MKX, how many times did you actually see an X-ray or do an X-ray when you were playing the game? Not too often. I mean, you might get one here or there if you're trying to get an X-ray brutality or something like that, like with Jason. You know, I'll bring out the X-ray, but other than that, I wouldn't use it because it would just be tied to my meter, and I'd rather try to get combos, do breakers, stuff like that. So the fact that once you hit 30% in MK11, you get your fatal blow, allows us to actually use the fatal blow / X-ray way more often But I do want to make some changes to it. I don't want the fatal blow to have armor, or if it does have armor, I want it to be punishable on block. That's really all I want. I want every single fatal blow to be punishable on block. They could give it armor, you know, fine, whatever. You have the armor. Maybe like not frame 1. Maybe start the armor like at frame 3 or something. So if you like meaty your opponent, you'll stuff them, and you know they'll waste their fatal blow potentially. But I just want the fatal blows to be punishable on block. You guys know there's so many fatal blows in this game that push you back so far that you can't actually get a punish. So I think every fatal blow should be punishable. But I do like the fatal blow system that they have in place in MK11. I really do. Let's see. What else do we have gameplay wise? Oh, okay. The gameplay wise, the thing that I want returning from MKX is the run button. I feel like the run is just, it allows you more freedom. That's pretty much it. It allows you more freedom. It makes the game faster. You could implement the run into combos, giving you a little bit more variety than you normally would just with like dashing, and just overall it makes the game just speed up, and it just makes it more fun to play and watch, in my opinion. So I would love for the run mechanic to come back. Something else that I would change from MK11, you know, bringing it, like I said, what I'm talking about gameplay wise, I'm talking about the, you know, what I want and don't want in a potential MK12 game. And 100%, I hate the breakaway system in MK11. So never, ever, ever bring the breakaway system back the way it was in MK11. For Injustice, it was okay. You know, I still prefer breakers even in Injustice. I think breakers are perfect because you spend your resource to break your opponent's combo, but the difference is your opponent is not going to get punished for actually getting the hit, or you yourself will not get punished for getting the hit. You know what I mean? If I combo my opponent in MK11 and they break away at the right time, I'm the one that's going to get punished for getting the offensive hit in the first place. That's something that should never happen. I feel like the offensive player should never get punished for actually getting the hit just because the opponent broke away at the right time. I hate that so much. So I think the breaker system is perfect from MKX, and they should bring that back because it just resets everything back to neutral, and you know, you guys can go back to fighting. The meter system, I definitely would like it to return to meter building instead of auto regen, because I don't know, I just prefer, I can't really like put my finger on it because I do like the auto regen on some characters, and I understand where they're coming from, because if you guys remember in MKX, there's characters that are a lot that have faster projectiles, they recover faster. So for example, Melina, her size, really good zoning tool compared to some other characters, so she could chuck the size over and over and over again, or Katana with her fans, Kano with his blades, and you're going to be building meter while your opponent isn't doing anything. Compared to the MK11 system, the meter auto regenerates for everybody at the same pace. So I understand where they're coming from, but I feel like meter should be earned, and I like that system as opposed to auto regen. I don't know, I just think auto regen causes a little bit I don't want to say like scrubbiness, because you're not really, it's not really scrubby, but you're just like not working for your meter. It's just regenning by itself. So I would like it to go back to having to earn your meter, and you know, get meter when you're pressuring your opponent on block. All that stuff that came along with like MKX. One other thing, gameplay wise, the final one, is I definitely want the meter to return to a universal meter system instead of like defensive and offensive meter. Just give us like 3 bars or 4 bars like Injustice. the breaker is 2 bars, and if there's block breakers, they should definitely make them 1 bar, because then people would have been using block breakers a lot more in MKX, because there's some characters that pressure the hell out of you, but you don't want to give up 2 bars of meter for a block breaker and potentially have the opponent like come back and put you in that same situation. But if it was 1 meter, you would definitely take more of a risk in trying to get out of that pressure. So I think block breakers, if they return, they should be 1 bar. So that's a gameplay wise. I think having a game like that would literally be like the perfect Mortal Kombat game. Give us the run, or at least for me. This is just my opinion, all right? Give me the run back from MKX. Keep the Fatal Blow system from MK11. Bring back the breaker. Bring back the universal meter and the meter gain through gameplay instead of auto regen, and give us more combo routes for characters. That would be like the perfect fucking game for me. Other than that, just miscellaneous things. Obviously, I would like to see tag mode implemented into the game. We got a little taste of it in MK11 via some towers where you have an assist from your backup character, pretty much like MK9, and it was a lot of fun. There's people who actually like dedicate their YouTube channels to uploading like really sick combo tag videos, which I think is really cool, because you could do some crazy stuff from what I've seen with the tag system in this game. It would definitely be hard for them to balance it, but as long as it's not like a serious mode, which I don't think it would be. Like, you would be able to play people online, but I think we could all agree that we wouldn't really like take it too seriously. I take that back. Everyone would probably take it seriously and get pissed off and then cry about it. But I think NetherRealm could like work on the balancing of tag mode once things are out there in the public for people to try out. So I hope they bring it back. Do I think they will bring it back? Probably not, because Ed Boon said that, surprisingly, in MK9, tag mode was the least played game mode that they had. Like, nobody played tag mode, and I find that hard to believe, but I'm not gonna go against the word of Ed Boon. So brutalities, obviously, they have to come back. And one thing that I will say is I hope they make the requirements easier. MKX had like MKX didn't have too many specific requirements in order for you to get a brutality. So we would see a lot more brutalities just naturally come in combos. I hope they go back to that instead of having like some of the stupid requirements that are needed to unlock some, or to, you know, do or finish the game with a brutality in MK11. Like Johnny Cage's glasses brutality. Come on, man. Come on. So I hope they take away a lot of those stupid requirements, so then we could see more brutalities and combos. Last but not least, this one isn't like as important as the gameplay and, you know, all that stuff, but I would actually like to see babalities come back in MK12, because humiliating your opponent by not blocking the entire game would be something that I would enjoy doing, and it would be really embarrassing for somebody to do it to me, but it would be funny at the same time. Anytime somebody would actually get a babality on you, or you would get a babality on them, it's embarrassing, because either you or they didn't block the entire game, and either you got your ass beat or they got their ass beat, and they deserve to humiliate you because of that. So I think babality should come back. Out of like all the alities, like animality, all that, I think babalities are the ones that should come back, because they're the most disrespectful and they're the funniest. I mean, animalities could come back too, and they would do a really good job with that, but like gameplay wise, I definitely would like to see babalities. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I'll probably do one for Injustice 3 as well. This is just like a what if we get MK12. At some point we're gonna get it anyway, so this video is like relevant for the future, even if the next game is Injustice 3 or something else. At some point we're gonna get MK12, so this video is relevant for the future no matter what. I don't think my thoughts are going to change too much with regards of what I want to see in MK12. I think a combination of MKX and MK11 would be perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
What's going on? It's Super here, and thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you aren't subscribed already, make sure you guys do so. And if you want to see some more, there's videos popping up on the screen right now. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.